Hello viewers, welcome to Just In, a channel where we report the global developments and topics that are trending in brief. In today's video, we bring to you a detailed report of the verdict on the Karen Read murder case. The Karen Read murder case has ended in a mistrial after the jury was unable to reach a unanimous verdict. The trial, which took place in Dedham, Massachusetts, centered around the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe in January 2022. The Karen Read murder case grabbed all eyeballs for various reasons, which we shall discuss in this video later. But before we start, the topic, let's give you a brief background of this case. John O'Keefe, a 16-year veteran of the Boston Police Department, was found unresponsive outside Brian Albert's home in Canton, Massachusetts, on January 29, 2022. Karen Read and O'Keefe had been in a relationship for about 2 years at the time of his death. Karen Read, a 45-year-old former adjunct professor at Bentley College, faced charges of second-degree murder of her fiancé John, vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated, and leaving the scene of a collision. On January 28, 2022, Read, O'Keefe, and friends were bar hopping, visiting at least 3 establishments. Read allegedly drove O'Keefe to Albert's house for an after-party around 12:45 a.m. on January 29th. O'Keefe's body was discovered at approximately 6 a.m. that morning. The investigation into John's death was complex, a tangled web of forensic evidence, witness testimonies, and conflicting accounts. It was a case that demanded the utmost attention to detail and a relentless pursuit of the truth. The investigation uncovered inconsistencies, discrepancies that cast doubt on the initial narrative of an accidental fall. These inconsistencies raised more questions than answers, leading the team to dig deeper. Phone records, surveillance footage, and digital footprints became crucial pieces of the puzzle. These digital traces provided a timeline and context that were previously missing. Forensic experts meticulously examined the scene of John's death, searching for any trace of foul play. They looked for signs of struggle, unusual marks, and anything that could indicate a different story. The evidence, though circumstantial, began to paint a disturbing picture, suggesting that John's death was no accident. The more they uncovered, the more it seemed that there was a sinister element at play. Prosecutors claim Read, who was intoxicated, backed into O'Keefe with her black Lexus SUV and left him outside the home of another officer, Brian Albert, causing his death. They allege she left the scene without calling for help. Evidence presented included a cracked taillight on Read's vehicle and a piece of taillight found near O'Keefe's body. Read's defense team argues she was framed and that O'Keefe was actually killed inside Albert's home. They point to inconsistencies in witness statements and questionable police procedures. The defense highlighted the lack of paint transfer from Read's car on O'Keefe's clothing. Questions were raised about the relationship between the investigators and the Albert family. Concerns emerged about potential contamination of the crime scene. The defense accused prosecutors of withholding exculpatory evidence. Dr. Elizabeth Lapasata, a forensic pathologist, testified that O'Keefe's injuries were inconsistent with being struck by a vehicle. Blood spatter expert Jonathan Priest suggested O'Keefe's injuries were more consistent with a beating than a car accident. The case gained national attention, partly due to allegations of police corruption. Supporters of Read often gathered outside the courthouse, some wearing Free Karen Read shirts. Read was initially charged with manslaughter in February 2022. In June 2022, a grand jury indicted her on charges of second-degree murder, motor vehicle manslaughter while under the influence, and leaving the scene of a collision. The trial began on April 16, 2024, and lasted 9 weeks before ending in a mistrial. The mistrial has left many questions unanswered about O'Keefe's death. It remains to be seen whether prosecutors will seek a retrial. The case has sparked debates about police conduct and the justice system in Massachusetts. This case continues to be a topic of intense discussion and speculation, with many awaiting further developments. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more such content.